all. Today we are going to discuss about Engineering Physics PH 8151 Unit 3 Thermal Physics Part B question. It is coming under Regulation 2070. It is common for all the branches of the engineering in Anna University. So Unit 3 Thermal Physics having the following topics: transfer of heat energy, thermal expansion of solids and liquids, expansion joints, bimetallic strip, thermal conduction, convection and radiation, heat conduction in solids, thermal conductivity, Farbis and least disk method, theory and experiment, conduction through compound media, series and parallel condition, thermal insulation and application, heat exchanger, refrigerator, oven and solar water heater. Here we are going to discuss about the heat conduction through compound media in two objects in parallel position. So metal bars in parallel position. So already we discussed about the two metal objects, two materials in series condition. So here we are going to discuss about the two metal bars in parallel position. So in this diagram, two metal bars in parallel. This is the two different objects A and B. Their thermal conductivity value K1 and K2 and their thickness value X1 and X2. So Q is the amount of heat energy flowing through the object. So a theta 1 is a temperature of one phase, theta 2 is a temperature of another phase. So A1 area of cross section of material 1, A2 area of cross section of material 2. So amount of heat flowing through the first material A in 1 second, Q1 is equal to K1 A1 into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by x1, equation number 1. Similarly, the amount of heat flowing through the second material B in 1 second, Q2 is equal to K2 A2 into theta 1 minus theta 2 by x2, that is equation number 2. So therefore, we can find out the total heat flowing through the materials per second is equal to sum of Q1 and Q2. So therefore, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. That is equation number 3. So Q is a K1 A1 into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by x1 plus K2 A2 into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by x2, that is equation number 4. So in equation number 4, right side two values theta 1 minus theta 2 is common. Then we can take it outside, then we can get the equation number 5. Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 into K1 A1 by x1 plus K2 A2 by x2. In general, the net amount of heat flowing per second parallel to the composite bar is given by summation of Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 summation of Ka by x. So equation number 5 is for 2 bars amount of heat value, but equation number 6 number of bars. So that is general equation. Summation of Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 into summation of Ka by x. That is a common general equation for the metal bars connected placed in a parallel position, that times the heat value. The next question is here Farbis method, theory and experiments. Farbis method, theory and experiment. The first we are going to see about the theory of the experiment. Consider a long rod. This rod is heated at one end and a steady state is reached after some time. So the amount of heat flowing per second across this cross section A at the point B. So here Ka into d theta by dx. Here K is a thermal conductivity, A is a cross sectional area. So d theta by dx is a temperature gradient at B. So heat flowing across section B is equal to heat lost radiation by the rod beyond section B. So heat gain is equal to heat lost. So dx is a element of thickness of the rod. A dx rho is a mass of the element. Rho is a density of the rod. We know the formula density is equal to mass by volume. So mass equal to volume in density. Based upon that only here A dx rho mass of the element value came. So heat lost by the elements per second is equal to the heat formula mass into specific heat capacity into rate of fall of temperature. That is equation number 3. Then there equation number 3 we can substitute the known values. Then we can get the equation number 4. heat lost by the element per second is equal to mass value AdX rho into S into d theta by dt. Here d theta by dt is a rate of fall of temperature of the element. S is a specific heat capacity of the rod. Therefore, total heat lost by the portion of the rod between section B and C is equal to integral B to C AdX rho S d theta by dt. That is equation number 5. So finally, the amount of heat flowing per second across the cross section at the point B is equal to heat lost by radiation by the rod beyond section B. Therefore, equation 1 is equal to equation number 5. So equation number 1, Ka d theta by dx is equal to integral B to C AdX rho S d theta by dt. So A is left side, both right side A is common, we can cancel, then we can do the find out the K value, then K is equal to rho S integral B to C d theta by dt into dx. And that left side value coming to right side means it will come to below, then d theta by dx B. That is equation number 7. So that is the theoretical part. Now we are going to see the Farbis method experiment. So experiment consists of two parts. One is a static experiment part to find the d theta by dx, and another one is a second one, dynamic experiment, to find out the d theta by dx. So first we are going to see the static experiment. See the diagram. This is the static experiment diagram. This is a long rod. Screen is kept and the point is noted B and C, and the thermometer also placed. 4 thermometers are placed in that experimental rod. So explanation. The long rod, one end is heated by the steam chamber. So here left side steam chamber is there. The rod has holes which thermometers are fitted. So here 4 holes, 4 thermometers are fitted. Thermometers record temperature at different points along the rod. When the steady state is reached, the temperature theta and respective distance x is noted. So a graph is drawn between the temperature and the distance from the rod end. So this is the graph between the temperature and the distance. So x-axis distance value, y-axis temperature value. Then we can get the value AB by, if you draw the slope, we can get the AB by BC, that is equal to d theta by dx is equal to tan alpha. In dynamic experiment, in this experiment, the temperature is allowed to cool. The temperature is noted at regular interval of time by the thermometer. So a graph is drawn between the temperature and time. So there I told temperature, that graph is between the temperature and distance. But here dynamic experiment, the graph is drawn between the temperature and time. So x axis time value, y axis temperature value. So from this graph we can get the d theta by dt value determined with help of the slope. So below graph is drawn between the d theta by dt and the corresponding x value. So again here the dynamic experiment explanation. Two graph is there. First graph is a relation between the time and temperature. Second graph is a relation between the d theta by dt and the x distance. So here also the area bounded by the curve x-axis and the ordinate passing through the B, integral B to C d theta by dt into dx. So we know that K value equation. So in that K value equation we have to substitute the known values. Then K is equal to rho S into area of the shaded portion divided by tan alpha. That is the dynamic experiment K value. Then what are the merits for the Farbis method? It is one of the earliest method to determine the absolute thermal conductivity of the material. So this method based on the fundamental relation K is equal to Q divided by A d theta by dx into T. What are the demerits of the Farbis method? So the specific heat capacity of the materials of the rod does not remain constant at different temperature. That is the first demerits. The second demerits, distribution of the heat is not uniform along the bar. That is also a very important one for the demerits condition. So thank you one and all. Thank you for all the best for your future.